Que pasa, raza? How you guys doing? I was just trying to tidy up in the greenhouse. The chickens are running rampant. What can I say? This is Susie Q, and she's molting, so she doesn't really like to be touched. But she's getting her feathers back little by little. The struggles that we all go through. And it is November 17th, and something's going on. The weather has not changed. We usually have snow, we don't have anything. But it's like 60-degree weather. Oh, she wants some clean her eye out, so we're gonna put her down. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Susie. So it's been like in the upper 60, 70 degrees all week, and we're usually knee deep into snow. But it's been so warm, we're going to talk about growth and November and what is going on all around us. And I am the garden of nonsense that's growing into something beautiful. So permaculture is what we're going to talk about as well. So let's go and check out what's going on inside of the greenhouse with our aquaponics. We got chickens. Your turn. Your turn. Oh, she's getting tough, y'all. Oh, she's ready to fight. This one's a fighter, too. You don't know. Look at her go. Look. And I don't want to stress her out too much, so I'm going to let her go around us. So yeah, let's talk about what's going on. Our celery loves it here in Colorado, and it's been handling through the winter. And as you guys know, I just take a little bit off the top and I add it to all of my stews, my roast. I make vegetable broth. So yeah. And one thing that we're always lacking, I notice in a lot of foods, is herbs. And herbs are medicinal. So we want to be intaking a lot of these different herbs. Like this is basil right here. And these are seeds. And you guys know I like saving seeds and just throw them on the ground and see what pops up. So we should always have the herbs. And if you smell that? I can smell it. And these things are highly beneficial for our senses. We have 5 senses. So yeah, I can smell that. That thyme smells beautiful. Oh yeah, rub that on myself. I want to smell like that, you know? Look at this, rosemary. Oh, it's always good to rub your plants. You always want to be part of what you're growing. And when you stress them a little bit like that, like giving them a little love tap, love rub, they enjoy that stimulation from you. And it helps with their growth. And it also helps with your growth because you're paying attention to your plants. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have a green thumb. Well, if you spend more time with your plants, you would have a better relationship. And that's true with everything you do. It is what you put into it. So talking about what we put into it, you know, I love to learn about aquaponics. And the reason being is because we have water shortages. Everybody's fighting over water. Well, the more that you can retain water for growth of vegetables, the better you're going to be. And these guys do all the work. They fertilize. And we clean it up with the charcoal bags to clear our water. And these are our bags. for the ammonia in their cylinders. And these go for 6 months, and we'll take half out because they have beneficial bacteria in there now. So we'll only take out half and refill it half. And the charcoal, if you want to keep your water clean, but in the natural habitat, your water's not really clean. They want you to change that every month. But I prefer a natural, organic environment. And as you guys can see, Squirtle's down there. And he peeped out his head the other day. So he hasn't started hibernation. Like I said, the temperatures have been really, really warm. So he's down there, he's enjoying it. Like I said, they'll go into hibernation and they can stay underwater for 100 days because they use the back of their legs for breathing. Now this little contraption, you got these holes around the screen for oxygen. You put your leaves in there and that's your carbon. You want to add some nitrate and it'll start to heat up. And a lady does this on a large scale to keep her greenhouses warm. That's small to what she does. So we're just checking out things, learning. Life is always part of these experiments. And we're always trying to learn the truth and to learn how to better our environment to help the people around us, because a lot of people need to be picked up. So that is what's going on. We'll feed the fish. Squirtle likes the shade, or else you could probably get a better view of him. So, you know, you always got to be covering the ground. So we have frost cloth for our plants. These plants are taking in the sun and they're feeding the soil. So you always want to have some type of ground cover. And if you're not growing something, something will grow there. So if you want to control your environment, plant what you want there instead of weeds. And yes, wood chips do help. It's another ground cover. And wood chips and leaves are a great type of insulation for your plants. So that's another good reason for a ground cover. And your microorganisms and your beneficial insects. Now, we never like to disturb the soil. Like I tell you, I like everything natural and organic. So I try to disturb the soil less as possible, and we're always adding compost. So here we like to grow a lot of compost. Celery is what's left. And we have strawberries that are left. And we have collard greens which are left. And like I tell you, we got these seeds left. Look at that. Millions of seeds, and we just bless the earth. We want things to always grow. So, you know, we just drop that down there. We'll always be adding to the soil with compost, and we make a lot of our compost here. And this one, we add coffee grounds, which is a nitrate. Carbon is your dead material, and I don't have the exact amount on there, but we want to always be adding our nitrates. So once again, our green matter is our nitrates. So as things are dying and things that come from the kitchen, we keep on adding to our compost bin, and then we'll add to our soil, and that's regenerating it. And these plants that are growing, catnip, and we also have hops right here. All these plants that grow are taking in the sunlight and feeding the soil. For when spring comes, we'll have a better and better harvest and a better growth for our plants, because our soil is regenerating. So we always want to be adding to our soil and not disturbing it. So right here we're gonna do some vertical gardening, and you'll see a future video on that. And I couldn't really do this without my children, so I'm very grateful. They do all the heavy work around here. And I started all this videography because I was in a bad accident, a couple of bad accidents in my time, and it helps to recall and remember. Here's another compost bin that we're using, and we use the chicken poop to also help to heat up our compost, and that has high in nitrates, and that makes it to heat up as well. And I got my koi and my blue subbunkin in here, and our water is pretty brown, so if we brought that coal bag over here, we could get a better view of these fish. Well, mi raza, I am very grateful, and blessings to all of my 252 subscribers. I got you guys all in 8 months. I'm very grateful from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for joining me on this journey and helping me through my struggles. And with that being said, Bongui Homestead asked a very good question. And that was, how much apple cider vinegar do you put in your water to make your chickens build their antibiotics to make them healthier through the winter? And the answer to that is 1 teaspoon to a gallon. And I also add that mixture to my grains that I'm trying to ferment. So I add that mixture of apple cider vinegar to my grains for the chickens. And I'll leave Bongui's information in the link below. So check out their videos because I enjoy them, and that's where I get my information. And I have no type of education at all. So I learned all of this from YouTube, and with my multiple accidents, I have only been becoming better through this process. So thank all of you guys, and you're growing with garden nonsense. I got to get back to work. Too much talking.